Hello. Welcome, welcome. If you're watching the replay, please give me a like. Drop me a comment. Let me know that you're watching. Thank you. And we'll give a few minutes for folks to start to trickle in. You might want to fast forward if you are watching the replay to about 5-10 minutes in until we get some folks in here. My hair is tingling right here at the bottom. Sorry. Hi, Holly. How are you, darling? Thank you for showing out on YouTube and Facebook. I appreciate you. I had my hair getting tangled here at the bottom, so I had to like brush it out. It was, yeah, one of those neurodivergent irritants. How was your holiday, Holly? And everyone else, whoever is joining, and also if you're watching the replay, how was your guys' holiday? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Feeling rested now, not so drained from manual labor. You know, but yeah. Hello, Ben. I've missed you too. Nice to see you, love. Thank you for joining us live. Hello, Val. How are you, darling? Nice to see your beautiful face in here. See, now I know my count is off because it says there's only 2, but I've already got, what, 4? Nice and quiet. Good. Mine wasn't so quiet, not the whole time. The boys and I went down to Uncle Donnie and Aunt Pat's for Christmas breakfast, as is yearly tradition. So we spent that with our chosen family, and it went really well. But I did get just this random headache out of nowhere. It was more like a migraine. Just the light from the ceiling fan was like making it so bad, so I had to take some meds and put on my sunglasses in the house. Went outside a few times, took some nice long breaks in the quiet outside, but whenever the headache subsided, it was nice. We had fun. We spent a couple hours and then we came home and we rested for a little bit, and then I made a nice dinner for just the boys and I. We had some really thick pork chops, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, homemade, of course. So it was good. I didn't want to go all out and do a whole feast again, for Christmas like we did on Thanksgiving, because I've just been too exhausted. So I was like, this will do. We all love it. It'll be good. And the boys loved it. So it turned out really well. And we spent some time together, which is what the holiday's all about anyway. So it was good. Yummy. I know, right? I love pork chops. I only really eat pork and chicken because beef like is not good on my stomach. It just hurts too bad. I do sneak it from time to time, not gonna lie, and I'll deal with the pain for a couple of days and then everything's back to normal. So I don't know, it's just really hard for my system to digest a cow, and the boys too. They're also very sensitive, of course. All of my kids are super sensitive like me. But yeah, it's good. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started, I guess, and we'll just people will file in the rest of them whenever they're ready. All right. Today's going to be done a little differently. I was told to read, the opposite way of what I do normally, so I'll take it. Hello, Culture Envy. How are you? Bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands, and it's showing up in the reverse. Now, don't freak out. Because when I looked at the bottom of the deck and I saw the 3 of Wands was there and it was in the reverse, I was like, what's the deal with that? And I heard that because it's here, it's showing a new way forward, but it's not quite ready yet. Okay. We have to do some some revision, some revisiting of certain themes that we've been dealing with over the past year or so, um, before this new venture or new adventure comes in and we begin to really move forward. So, um, like a lesson review. And that makes sense because, yes, even though we are approaching the end of the Gregorian calendar year, we all know, those of us who know that the new year doesn't actually start when the Gregorian calendar says that it does. It starts, when we're heading into spring for the, geez, for the northern hemisphere. Sorry, the whoop went right out my head. I got it back though. So, with that being said, we are going to have some lesson reviews from now. I would say I'm really very much getting the sense that it's going to be until the beginning of the Chinese New Year, whenever we head into the year of the fire horse, which is February 17th, I believe. Yeah, because it was 1 + 7 = 8 in my mind. So yeah, 8, infinity, abundance. So moving forward, more abundantly, right? More fulfilled than we have been. This past year has been all about loss, all about letting go, all about weeding out that garden again and again and again. um, but it was the wood snake. We were shedding these skins, the things that no longer fit with who we are and who we are moving into, because we're stepping into higher versions of ourselves all of the time. But in particular, right now, collectively, individually, we're really stepping forward into a higher version of existence. So, with that being said, yes, the new is coming with that Three of Wands just being present, though it did show up in the reverse. It's like not there yet. They're like, you're on the cusp, okay? This is cusp energy. We are about to embark on this new journey. Right behind that, we have the Lovers card, and it's showing up in the upright. So things have to move out of the way first before things can really start to come together in the way that we've envisioned it, in the way that we've been building towards. You have to break down and completely gut the house, right? When you're doing renovations, whenever it's just not salvageable, we want something brand new. Got to take it down to bare bones and completely renovate. That's what we've been doing. So we've stripped to the bare bones. We're clearing out the debris, and then we're going to be building, moving forward in a really big way, a way that can be celebrated, because the Three of Cups was right next to that, but we'll get to that a little later on in the reading. So have grace with yourselves right now. Bottom of the deck, Osanyin with grace. So have grace for yourself while you are undergoing this deep transformation. I never noticed that he's missing an arm, actually. Sacrifice of parts of yourself in order to advance, okay, in order to advance forward, move forward. Um, and it's like he's sitting in the middle of a nest of sticks is really what it looks like. So, wintertime, at least for us in the Northern Hemisphere, is all about retreating, going within, hibernating, resting, really um, preparing ourselves for what's to come in the springtime with the new year momentum. Um, right behind him, have grace with yourself as you're undergoing these changes. We have Numonomo with change. And again, this is the snakes. We're exiting the year of the snake. We've still got until February, mid-February, though, to fully move into the year of the fire horse and leave the year of the snake, the wood snake that we are shedding so much. And the wood snake, you have to take into account the element that comes along with whichever year we're moving into. So year of the snake is what most people will consider. They don't even think, oh, wood snake. It's wood is an element. Wood is really hard. Okay. Wood has layers, very hard layers, rings, right? So the things that we have been experiencing this year have been so difficult. We have been moving through layers of difficulty and things that we need to release, things that we need to let go of. So Have grace with yourself, because it ain't for no punk. Okay. This year hasn't been for no punks. All right. And just because you have incarnated here on this specific planet plane at this time, um, or any, I mean, for the last almost 11,000 years, really, but this is hard, right? Earth School is not for punks. Earth School is for the very seasoned. It's for those who came to really, make great leaps in their evolution, in their ascension as individual souls, right? So take that into consideration and have some grace with yourself, even though it may look to you like you've been failing, you haven't been doing the best, or you haven't been making things happen as you've been used to in the past, or whatever. This is because this lesson is specifically difficult. This season of lessons has been extremely difficult. So just know that you are like the advanced class, right? We are all in advanced Earth 101. Okay. So we need to all have grace with ourselves and with one another. Understand that everyone is going through something that you may or may not really know about. And if you do know about it, you might not know the depths. So just be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Hi, Jay. Love you. Mwah. I sent you a message. Check your inbox. Um, Jay came over the other day, so I got to spill the tea. But yeah, he's got an inbox from me. Anyway, you have grace with yourself. You're undergoing change. You've been navigating, the valley of the shadows of death. And you have been led and guided. You have been protected, though it really doesn't feel like it. Trust me, I know. These tests have been extremely difficult. And I'm not saying tests as in pass or fail. This is tests as in, testing our strength, testing our abilities, checking us, making us produce and become more of what we should be. Like the Mad Hatter says, Alice, you've lost your muchness. You used to be much, muchier. We're regaining our muchness. Okay. We're becoming much, muchier. So that's not easy. It's a brain fuck. Okay. It's a mind fuck, but you're getting through it. You've been guided, and they're acknowledging, yeah, this hasn't been easy, but you have been protected. You have been led and guided. Hi, Dallas. I love you. I love your YouTube name, Healing with Horses 222. Love it. So, you know, just trust where you're being led and guided, even if it doesn't seem like there's anything coming from it. You're on the cusp. Okay. Just keep forging ahead. Take a rest, take a breather, take a mental vacation when you need to, because you still have to survive this, right? So just know that this hasn't been easy. It wasn't designed to be easy, and you are actually excelling whether you see it, believe it, or not. Okay. You have to believe it before you see it. Remember, we've talked about this. So continue to believe in yourself, continue to forge ahead, and just know that everything that you're going through has a purpose, has that light at the end of the tunnel. You're just in the dark part of that tunnel right now. Um, Honey, if you stick around, Latoya, thank you for joining us. If you stick around, some of this may resonate, might actually answer your question. We're not doing individual readings today, though. We're doing collective energy. So if you feel that this may resonate with you, stick around. If not, then thank you at least for stopping by. So be kind to yourself right now, okay? Because you're really going through it. We all are on some level, and it's the level of difficulty is like 10,000. Okay. So just do your best. That's all that's expected from you. All right, Latoya, if you would like to book a one-on-one, you absolutely can. Rebelspiritrising.com is my website. I have actually some pre-recorded options that are cheaper than booking a one-on-one session with me. But if you would like to book a one-on-one session, that is absolutely perfect as well. It's all up to you. I have different price ranges. So go ahead and check that out, honey. Um, all right. So we're going to move over here. Bottom of the deck, we have healing energy. Okay. We have been for quite some time now, especially over the last year or so, we have been dealing with our own shadows. We have been facing our own demons. We have been bringing healing to parts of us that have been starved of it for so long, that have been pushed away, buried down deep, and forgotten. Okay. I've had many things surface that I thought I had healed through over this past year that have been triggered by, the chain of events that's occurred over the past year or so. Um, it's all in layers, just like we talked about in the beginning. Year of the wood snake. Wood is in layers, it's in rings, right? And it's very dense, very very hard to get through, right? So we've been hitting layer after layer. We've been kind of um like the onion, like, Shrek is an onion. That's the For some reason, that's that's the thing that comes to my mind whenever I'm talking about healing in layers. There are um, better things that I could use as an example, but that's it. I've got Shrek ingrained in my mind because my daughter was addicted to Shrek from the time she was born until she was like 5. So we watched it like 10 times a day. So onions have layers, okay? Um, Year of the Echoes of Trauma's Past. Hi, Steph, what's up? And you're not wrong. So, bringing to our attention these dense, very tightly packed layers, these rings, that we've developed over the years that have been a part of us that may have gone forgotten, or just kind of we've ignored them as much as we possibly can, right? So these things have surfaced in a way that we can't ignore them anymore, or we have to finish the healing process on these certain aspects of our life before we can really move forward in a meaningful way, before we can actually fully learn all of the lessons that those situations, those traumas, those whatevers brought into our lives, so we can integrate, put that stuff in the tool belt, and keep moving forward. Okay. So we're healing past, present, and future. Okay. It's all happening now, but you heal your past in the present for your future. And when you heal the past and the future as well as the present, right? So we are multidimensional beings, and time is not linear, as we've been taught. Okay. So, um, hence, you're doing so much work. Have some grace for yourself. Okay. Stop being your own worst critic. You don't need to be so critical of yourself. All right. And someone who is being overly critical of someone in their life right now, whether it's a loved one or a not so cherished one, okay, someone that you don't necessarily like, um, that's reflecting a trigger that you have within yourself. Okay, so that's why it's so maddening. That's why it's so irritating and triggering for you to see this person exhibiting whatever it is that they're doing, because it's touching on something that you have within yourself. This is the way it always goes, but this is, hey, Amanda, love you. Thanks for jumping in. So that's the way it always is, though. If we see something in others that bother us or that triggers us, then that's showing something else that we need to focus on for healing. And I'm just mentioning this because, that's the message I was told to share. So if you're feeling critical of someone specific in your life right now, take a look at what it's reflecting back to you. Okay. Meditate, try to get in there and find the answers, because once you heal that, or once you focus on that and you understand what's going on there, you're not going to be so irritated, you're not going to be so triggered, you're not going to be so you know yeah, you're not going to be so whenever they come around, or when they interact with you. I don't know. That it is what it is. Ground yourself, okay? Grounding right now is necessary. If you can, get outside, go hug a tree, get some house plants at the store. If you can't do that, if it's extra snowing in your area, we finally got some snow today. I am so grateful. We're supposed to get more tomorrow too, hopefully. But yeah, it dumped snow on us today, and that's the second time it snowed. And the first time it snowed here this year, it was barely like a sneeze from the sky. So we got dumped on today, even though it's all melting because the ground temp isn't, low enough. We still got moisture. We still got snow. It was a good day. So anywho, past, present, and future healing so that you can integrate. We do have the integration card. I'm going to show you in a minute. Reunion of souls. Okay. A lot of the times in these readings, when that card comes out, I take it as you're calling in your soul tribe, or you're about to really start to, interact or put yourself out there to other like-minded individuals. With this one, though, in this reading, I'm not getting that. That may very well be for you because you're doing the healing, you're, amplifying your true frequency, and that's absolutely aligned with that card. But more so, it's a reunion of all of the versions of your own soul. Okay. With all of these different versions of you, this is integration, and that's where we come to the integration card that actually did come out, card number 33, master number 33. Ascended masters are associated with the number 33. So think of yourself as a master. Okay. Even the ascended masters, the term itself kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, because we're all ascended, we're all masters. We just forget while we're here. And people think of ascended masters like people like Yeshua or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Buddha, like the many different Buddhas. So people think of it as people who, hey, Jakar, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. If I need more snow, you've got some at a great discount. Thanks, Steph. I'll keep that in mind. So, dang, I forgot what I was saying. Ascended Masters, number 33. And it being kind of like a hierarchical type of thing that people attach to it. It's not Ascended Masters, as in general. It's the connotations that kind of come along with that. People think in a hierarchical type setting because that's what we've been programmed, that's what we've been plunged into with this false matrix paradigm. So you are ascended, you are source, right? You're a fractal of source. We all are. We're already ascended. We descend so that we can remember that we've ascended, that we're already ascended, that there's no difference between us and God, that there's no difference between us and source. We are source. Even people that you might look at and think, oh, they're muggles, or they're, they're not ascended, they're low vibe, low frequency, whatever. No, that might be what they're expressing at this time, at this place and this time, but that's only not even a peek at the entirety of their soul, of their experiences. They might have been placed in that experience, in that frequency, and rendezvoused with you at this time just to remind you to keep going. Okay. And that itself is a high frequency experience for them and for you. So even when we perceive something or someone as a low vibe, low frequency, ultimately it's not. It's all God. It's all source. Hey, Kara, I love you. Thank you for joining us, darling. So integrate, right? Stop judging. We all need to stop judging what's outside of ourselves, not just people, situations, encounters, experiences, all of it. Low frequencies, high frequencies. It's all source. It's all good. It's all God. So remember that and integrate. Think of yourself as, remember I said earlier, don't look at yourself as if you're failing right now, because this earth school, this density is fucking hard. All right. You're not failing. Even when you perceive yourself to be failing, you're truly not failing. You're right on time. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You're learning, you're integrating, you're growing. Even if you can't really see the growth registered in some, unit of measurement, that doesn't mean anything. I think the humans we call ascended masters are named this because they graduated Earth School by mastering energy manipulation in the 3D realm. Yes, but also, just because they're ascended past this realm doesn't mean that they don't come back embodied and forget, who they are and whatnot. So that people don't really look at it in that way. They don't really, understand it that way. So no one individual soul, what I was getting at, I know you're not saying this stuff, but where I was getting with that was, no one individual soul is higher or lower than the next. We're all the same. We're all exactly the same. We're source experiencing ourselves in fractals with different personalities, different birth charts, different purposes, different paths, different, ways of expressing free will. So love you, Ben. Thank you for being here with us today. Um, so it's all about transformation. Card number 22, also a master number. 2 plus 2 is 4. All about foundations, things coming together. Don't worry. Okay, it's all coming together. Transformation is not easy. Integration is not easy. But, in order to obtain that 8 universal number, infinity, source, we have to let go of what no longer serves. So that means we have to allow certain situations in our lives, relationships with others, to die off because they need to go express themselves somewhere else. We can't hinder them. We don't want to stop ourselves and hinder ourselves, just like we don't want to stop and hinder them. So it's time to let them go, because their purpose is best served elsewhere right now, as is yours. So whatever's trying to leave, whatever's trying to die and fall away, allow it to go. This is part of your spiritual development, your psychic development. And emotional release. Release it, let it go. Stop trying to cling on so tightly, okay? Because that's what causes the struggle. Whatever you're fighting against is going to persist. That's just how energy works. So let it go. If it's meant to come back around, it will. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Okay. But I mean, you can't keep holding on to something that's trying to leave. It's going to hurt you more in the long run. Okay. Trust in the wise spirits and your prayer will be answered. Card number 33. Different deck. Same number. Baby, this is your level of mastery. This is for everyone collectively. We're in this earth level of mastery. So, of course, it's going to be really difficult before we ascend to the next level. Okay. So, trust your intuition, trust in your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit team, however they manifest for you. Okay. Trust it and continue moving forward in the best way that you can, the best way that you know how, because things are going to start getting better. You're ending an era. We all are, collectively and individually. We're ending an era. So it's going to be difficult, especially when we're so used to comfort zone. Okay. So used to having these things or these people or these situations constant in our lives. But now the layers of the onion are being pulled away, right? We're pushing through each ring that we've built over this lifetime. So it's really hard when we're faced with letting go of things like that have been around for so long, that have been a part of our comfort zone for so long, it's really hard for us to let go. But ultimately, what we can't see right now is that we're letting go of that old because it's stagnating, it's decaying, it's no longer serving a positive purpose. But we're bringing in fresh energy, new experiences, new comfort zones. We're expanding comfort zones, right? We're expanding as individuals, we're expanding our comfort zones. So you're going to be uncomfortable for a little bit. Just trust and go where you're led and guided. If the world around you seems turbulent, then stop. It's time to take a rest, time to take a breather, okay? Wintertime in the Northern Hemisphere, you guys. Hi, Lori. Love you. Thank you for joining us. So stop, take a breather. You don't have to constantly produce. You don't have to constantly be in motion. Rest is a very important part of the process. If you don't stop and take a rest, you're not going to be able to move forward at max capacity with, maximum output at your best, at your highest. You're not going to be able to produce that much because you're going to be exhausted mentally, emotionally, psychically, maybe even physically. Okay. So stop, take a rest, because if you don't, you will be forced to. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Universal love is true love. So love all. Again, grace for yourself and others right now. Love yourself and love others. Love others enough even to let them go if they need to go. All right. Um, and that's something that I've had to, again, come to terms with in my own experience, in my own life, with my own daughter. So, that is now has not been easy for me over this past year, but I've been letting go in small increments. And now it's come to, fully emotionally letting go and just trusting. And I actually sent her father a message yesterday saying, I've got to, I can't keep worrying about her and how she's, whether she's supported or not, whether she's all alone or not, even, in the relationship that she's been secluded from those that she loves and cares about. So she doesn't have that immediate support outside of the relationship, right? So I was like, hey, can you just like keep in contact with her, make sure she knows that you love and support her, because I can't be that. She doesn't want that from me right now. She wants me to leave her the hell alone. So that's what I have to do. But I'm asking you, please just kind of make sure that she feels loved and supported. And that was part of my process of letting go, knowing that someone else is watching for now, is taking care of that for now, when I can't be that no matter how hard I've tried. So, that's how it manifested for me in my own experience. I'm just putting that out there for all y'all. Thank you, Steph. So to overcome, first you have to climb. And it's not always easy, right? It can be the hardest thing that you've ever faced, actually, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. You've been practicing for this for years at this point. You have the stamina, you have the endurance, you have the strength to do it. You just don't want to. And I totally get that. I totally get that, because I'm a stubborn ass. I'm a Capricorn with a Capricorn stellium, for Christ's sakes. All right. So I get it. And my stubbornness doesn't want to let go fully. I know. So, but I'm telling you, I have to do it. You got to do it too. If I can do it, you definitely can, because my stubbornness takes a while sometimes. So to overcome, first you have to climb. You have to, before you get to that release, before you get to that next level where everything is, peaches and sunshine and butterfly farts, okay? First you have to have that endurance test, that strength test. You have to really conquer King Koopa at the end of your level before you ascend to the better levels, right? Because they're better, trust me. I've seen it. Carry the torch for others to see and wake up the world. And you know how you do that? By experiencing it, by, we lead by example. So I've been is it almost 3 years now or almost 2 years? I can't remember. I think it's almost 3 years now that I've been preaching at you guys about all this crap, right? Um, that we lead by example, that we don't achieve enlightenment of the entire plane, all of the collective, by beating on every single person's doors and saying, hey, your religion and your belief system is wrong, but I know the truth and you need to drop it right now and follow what I follow, because otherwise you're just fucked. You're anchored to that soul contract that's been going on for thousands of years. And trust me, you're wrong, and everything that you celebrate and believe is wrong. So come on, ascend. That's not going to work. We know that from the other religions and belief systems that do the exact same thing. They're not, people don't respond well to that. Trust me, ask the Mormons that came to my door last week. So we lead by example. When someone in your life sees you going through some kind of difficulty in some area of your life, okay, and they see you fall, they see you break down, they see you at rock bottom, and then they see you build yourself back up again, they're going to say, hey, how did you do that? And how did you make it look so good? How did you make it look so effortless on that climb back up? And then frequency is contagious, right? If they see the process, when you were up here and then you got taken way down here and then you built yourself back up again, stronger and better than before, they're going to say, I want to do that. If they can do it, I can. Just like whenever you see someone else getting their manifestations and you're still not seeing yours coming to fruition, you're like, what the hell? Why? Like, I've seen all the signs, I've seen all the numbers, like everything's confirmed, then I'm getting it, and then I see Joe Blow get it. Joe Blow doesn't even worry about it. Joe Blow doesn't even really need it. I do. Well, guess what? That's why you're not getting it yet. But the fact that you saw Joe Blow get it in their life experience, that means you're on the cusp. That means you're almost there. That means just a little wiggle to get fully into alignment, and bam, your manifestation comes to fruition, right? So even in your struggle, you're enlightening all that can see you. Everyone that's connected to you, you're helping them rise in frequency simply by existing and moving through it at your own pace as best you can. So remember that. Sacred space. You are the sacred. That's what I heard. That's what they be telling me. You are the sacred. You are the sacred space. You create it wherever you go. So if you're not doing that right now or haven't been for a while, that's okay. You just forgot who you were for a little bit. That's okay. You got spiritual amnesia. That's fine. Okay? Remember, you are the sacred. You are the sacred space. Wherever you go is a sacred space. Wherever you exist is sacred. No matter your history, no matter what you've encountered in your experience, you are the sacred space. Remember, you're God, your source. Remember. Omens, signs, like I talked about, the numbers, the signs, the animals, the bugs, the whatever you've been seeing lately, it's all bringing light, enlightenment. It's bringing that sunshine to the darkness. It's been a long night, y'all, this past nearly 11,000 years. Been a long night, okay? However long it's been for you in your lifetime, it's been a long night of darkness, okay? Just pretend you live in Alaska or something. Now it's going to be sunshine for months on end, okay? So years on end collectively, right? So just know that you're experiencing the tail end of the darkness, but with it, you're bringing the light. You're bringing the understanding, the acknowledgement, the aha, this is what it's all been for. Okay. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know it sounds a little too Love and light, woo woo. But honey, we've been talking about the shadows and how badass you are. Okay, so it ain't all love and light. This is your promise. This is after experiencing all those battles with all of those demons, all of those, shadow experiences, all of the difficulty. Your reward is coming. You were promised a reward, right? By existing. You are meant to shine. You are meant to live in abundance of all things good. We've just been in the process of deprogramming the opposite, the inverted matrix programming. That's what you've been seeing, and that's why you've been believing that. But now you believe differently. Now you believe what you can't see yet, because you're going to see it just as soon as you start integrating that love of self. And once you love yourself, it makes it a whole lot easier for you to love others. Haven't you ever noticed how people who are completely miserable within themselves, those who think, oh, I'm too ugly, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not, good enough at that thing, I'm not qualified for whatever it is, how critical they are of others who are doing the thing that they want to do so badly, or who are the thing that they want to be so badly. They could be the most beautiful human being or the most capable human being and still have low self-esteem and not believe that for themselves. Everyone else can see it, but that doesn't matter. They don't see it for themselves. Therefore, they're going to be critical and judgmental of others who are embodying what they perceive to be the thing that it is that they want, that they are not, that they are lacking in. Okay. So this is a lesson in self-love. It comes down to bare bones self-love. Do you love yourself enough to tell yourself, no, that person's not good for me. That substance isn't good for me. That situation's not good for me. That job's not good for me, because I've been doing it lately. That job's not good for me. It hurts my body. So, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Whatever is not working, whatever is not being presented to you, whatever you are expecting to manifest, but it's not, take a look at yourself. And it might not always be so obvious. Okay? It might not always be so obvious. And, another reflection on me as an example, because that's what I always do for you guys. I have struggled over the past year with my self-worth because my own daughter, doesn't want anything to do with me. And in my perspective, like, I don't really understand personally what it is that I did. I understand what's going on, spiritually and all of that. And you can know all of that stuff and still feel insecure, feel unworthy. You can know all of this and still have very human experiences and feelings. Okay? I took time off from what I do for a long time. I took the whole summer off to spend with the kids and to spend on my, self-love and taking care of myself. And then I went and I got a 3D job that I absolutely like. The job itself is, but what it does to my body, not so much. And for the money, is not worth it. You know what I mean? So I lowered my standards very drastically because that was reflective of how I was feeling in here. And I'm here to be the example. Even, I know that a lot of you perceive me as having my shit together mentally, emotionally, spiritually, overcome a lot, healed through a lot, which I have and I am. But there's still those parts of me that are hidden even from myself that I didn't realize, and I wouldn't realize until I experienced something like this, right? To smack me in the face and wake me up to, hey, this is what you're not seeing that's hidden in the chasms deep inside. So I've had to, confront a lot of things, and I've had to come back around to deeper realizations of my own worth, of my own internal beauty, of my own, quality as a human being. And I'm still working on it, right? I'm on the tail end of it, I hope. But I'm climbing out of that hole. I am coming back to my work. I am diving deeper into it, in different ways with regard to, making money professionally. I'm getting there, right? But I'm still going to have my moments. I'm still going to have these expressions of those emotions that I need to express with my physical body to get them out. I'm still going to have to vent it out and talk. I'm still going to have to cry it out if I need to, or be angry and scream into the void if I need to. And that's perfectly human, and it's perfectly okay. It's more than okay. It's what's expected of you. It's the way that you heal. That's the way that we purge what we've been holding on to deep inside, that pain that we don't want to face ourselves, much less others see within us. But once we get it out, it stops hindering us. It opens the floodgates for our manifestations to fully come to fruition and to continue that climb. So even when you feel like you're at your lowest, you're just retrieving lost parts of you so you can bring them back and integrate them so that you can rise even higher than before. Okay. So things not moving forward, these things not coming to fruition, these seeds not really, taking root, just fizzling out. It's meant to provoke you. It's meant to rub salt in the wound. Okay. It's meant to get your attention to something greater going on, under the surface. It does not mean that you're going to stay there. This is meant to catapult you, just like I taught. The archer pulls the arrow back before it flings forward, right? I say that all the time. So you're being pulled back so that you can ascend and go much farther, much faster than you would have if you would have continued just going along that same clip you were comfortable with, the same pace. No, baby, you're meant to go real high, real far, real fast. Okay. So trust in the unmet needs, in the unmet desires, in the void of what you've been experiencing. Okay. Because you're moving towards thriving, thrive variety. Okay. You're tolerating life right now, and that's perfectly okay. Even if you're just barely doing it, that's okay. He's sitting under a tree. He's taking a break. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and tolerate this shit because I know I'm meant to thrive. And I know that's the path I'm on. And I know I'm going to get there eventually. So what's the rush? You're about to be catapulted, but make sure that you're tying up all of them loose ends, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, because baby, you're about to step through this portal from the mundane out into the open, breath of fresh air. Okay. You're meant to embark on this new journey, but we're having lesson review right now. We have to make sure everything's packed. Everything that needs to go is going to go. Everything that needs to stay behind, we're going to leave it. Okay. Again, compassion. Have compassion for yourself and others right now, no matter what you're experiencing. Again, he is sitting there chilling. He's meditating. Okay. He might be surrounded by a bunch of cactus and what looks like snakes, but they're actually just roots. They're just roots. But they might look and feel like snakes right now. Don't freak out. It's okay. Because you're rooting deeper. You're grounding deeper. You're establishing yourself much deeper when a tree is deeply rooted. Okay. It's not easily uprooted by even a tornado, right? So just consider this time for yourself. I'm burrowing deeper. I'm getting deeper roots. There might not be much action out here. You might not be growing a lot of new branches or leaves or anything. But baby, it's the winter time in the northern hemisphere. I know. It's the winter time. That's what happens. It's time to go within. It's time to hibernate. It's time to retract energy from trying to show on the outside and dig deeper roots. Make yourself more solid, because when you're more solid, when springtime comes, baby, you're going to be bigger, brighter, and more beautiful than before. Okay. Judgment. This is calling you out of the old life and into the new. Step out of the coffin of the old that's dead, done, and over with. Okay. And rise. You've gained your wings, baby. That's your enlightenment. It's time for you to soar. But first, take a breather. Integrate. Give yourself time. Don't be too judgmental, okay? Because Knight of Wands is in the reverse. You're put on pause. It doesn't mean that you're stopped. It doesn't mean that things aren't moving forward for you. Just not right now. You're on pause. Because again, he's here. He showed up. He ain't showing out yet. Okay? Or she, in this case. Pause. Pause button. Time for you to sing. Trust. Got the sing card and the trust card with bliss. Okay? Things around you might look like they're falling to shit, or like not much is happening, depending on your timeline, depending on what you're experiencing right now. But it doesn't mean that you can't sing in the meantime, right? It doesn't mean you can't shake that ass in the meantime. What do you think passes the time so much? I'm going to watch from the beginning, replay in the morning. Thank you, Lori. I love you. So just trust, okay? And I know it's not possible every moment. I know, trust me, I know. But get into that blissful state as much as you possibly can. Singing, humming, okay? Humming helps to open the vagus nerve and helps to, you know, maintain a higher frequency. We're not going to get into all of that because it could take forever, but hum. If you can't sing, or if you don't want to sing, or you don't feel like singing, or you don't like to sing, hum. Do your own sounds. Do whatever you can to just open that. It's you're opening a port. It's your inner portal. One of them. Okay, it's one of your inner portals. So hum, sing, shake your ass, whatever you can do to bring that lighthearted energy, that blissful state. Okay, go fishing, go sit under a tree, go for a walk. I don't know what you do to get into that blissful, relaxed state. Do it. Go for a drive. Okay. Sleep or driving hypnosis is a real thing. So, go for a drive and put on your favorite music, or just drive in quiet, whatever it takes for you to get into that state of non-resistance. Okay. Star card showing up here. You're anchoring your dreams into this reality. It doesn't always look like it on the outside. Okay. Sometimes you're not going to see it until boom, it's here. All right. You're going to be doing the hard work and doing everything and not seeing results sometimes. And then bam, it's there. Just like, like take, for example, Selena, musical artist, Tejano star, right? She was the first female artist in Tejano music to really make much of herself. Okay. Everything was against her. Beliefs, she was low paid for years and years. They worked their asses off for years and years, this whole family, until finally they got a #1 song. And then from then she just skyrocketed into fame and glory and who she's remembered as today. So, and I'm only using that as an example. I don't know, y'all, I hope you guys know who Selena is. So anyway, you're anchoring your dreams into reality. It takes a lot of work and effort. It's going to be a long, hard road, but the reward is here. It's coming. just a little bit longer. It's all about alignment. It's not about human timing, okay? It's about alignment. And if you work on your self-worth, your self-love, and you believe that you're worthy and deserving of having or being or doing that, once you truly believe and you align yourself to that belief, there it is, okay? So you are the sorcerer. You are the revolution in your own life and for the collective. You're a thread of the tapestry. But if you weren't here, that tapestry wouldn't look the same, would it? Even with all these other threads doing their thread thing and weaving together, it's still going to be off because you're not here. So thank you for being here. Okay? Keep doing what you do. Keep being you. Not Joe Blow, not Susie Q. You. Okay? You are the magician, the witch, the sorcerer, the god, the goddess, the whatever. Okay? It's you. Overcoming tower moments. The tower is here, but it's in the reverse. It's because you've overcome so much. This isn't what I normally get, which is like avoiding tower moments or putting it off or anything like that. This is you have overcome every tower that has been put in your path. It's coming soon. Not sure when, but it's on its way. I knew you would love that one, Steph. I knew I'd get a comment out of you on that one. But, you know, you've overcome every obstacle that's been thrown your way. Okay. And you've grown from them. You didn't let them sink you. You didn't let them keep you down. You said, all right, I see your tower and I raise you. Ascension, bitch. And you kept fucking going. So celebrate that shit. Okay. 3 of Cups. It's time to celebrate. Because all of the obstacles, all of the practice fighting that you've had to do to get there, baby, Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, it's turning in your favor. This isn't the upright. Look at you, sitting there unbothered, looking like, damn, I love what I see coming in. I love the way the tides are turning in my life. It was worth it. That's what you're going to say. When everything's said and done, you're going to say, it was worth the wait. Definitely worth all of the work, all of the tears, all of the F-bombs. It was worth it because it's about the story, not the ending, right? It's all about the journey, not the destination. This is the storybook of not just your life, not just this life, of your soul from beginning to end. And it's all happening right now. And you're the expression of that. So just know that things might be shit now, or they might barely be getting better day by day. There might not be a whole lot of movement just yet, but it's coming, okay? It's definitely going to be here. Come springtime, things are going to be drastically different. You can quote me on that, all right? I promise you. I love you guys. That's the end of the reading today. Hopefully that resonated for some. Hopefully you gained some kind of benefit from it. That's always my intention. How's everybody doing now? It's all coming together, guys. The Lover's card. It's all coming together. It's okay. Don't rush. Have you ever noticed whenever you're in a rush, when you're trying to get somewhere and you're in a rush, you hit like every stoplight, or like you stub your toe on the corner of the damn door frame or something stupid, and it, you know, you get slowed down even more when you're rushing. Kind of like that. We're hitting every door frame on our way through. Slow down and it won't be so bad. Worth the wait. Just keep waiting and waiting and waiting a little more. No, because then you're putting yourself in the waiting. Then you're putting yourself in the waiting energy. So of course you're going to have to continue waiting because you're expecting it. don't expect it. Just know I'm moving at my own pace. Things are changing, even if I can't see them yet. Don't worry. I know I can't wait too, Holly. Resonated start to finish. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad it resonated. You're welcome. Thanks, Steph. I always enjoy your commentary throughout the entire live. So your presence is always appreciated. Everyone's presence here is always appreciated. I love you all. You're my tribe. That's why we vibe. And I went to like exactly an hour, so that's cool. I didn't go over. Awesome. Good night, Steph. We all love you. All right. I'll let you guys get back to your evening. I was just like marveling at, wow, I kept it to an hour. So I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next week. I may decide to do next week individual readings. I'm still not set in stone on that, so we'll see. Kind of depends on the events that take place over the week and how I feel moving into next weekend. So I will definitely let all of you guys know if it's going to be collective or individual readings. So yeah, have a beautiful week, and I will see you guys next weekend, same time, Saturday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Yeah. My brain stopped working, y'all. Sorry. Love you, Holly. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. And we'll see you guys next weekend, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Mwah. Take care of yourselves.